Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with that. People have a good sense of humor about that on this side of the world. Like it's only over like if you go over to maybe Poland and try to pick up somebody with some Putin
Yeah.
humor, you might get
Yeah,
you
I
know
mean that
murdered.
Ukraine stuff is like me hearing that like Sam and Frodo are struggling in near Rivendell.
It's
Like
not real for you at all.
it's not even vaguely real. I'm not even sure Europe exists. I've never seen it. You ever heard the way that that every one of those countries talks? Made
All
up.
jokes aside, all
False
jokes aside
flag.
about like Europe not really existing. Like who's to say that any of us exist? You might just be the one guy here. And because of the way time dilation works, either perceived or real time dilation, it doesn't matter which. Your whole life, your whole existence could have just been this little boop where somebody booted the PC on. So it just like ran all the memory real quick. And you're just that. You're just that. Your little flash of energy that ran through the circuit boards real quick. And everything is
Could
none of
be.
it's real.
That thing
Yeah.
about Europe
I hope
existing,
so.
I've had that thought too. Now, I've been to Europe a couple of times, but am I
Mhm.
sure I have? Right? Like, I wasn't watching the whole time. They could have taken the plane in great big circles, landed me not too far away from home, and told me it
You
was
stirred a
safe.
memory. Good job, Woody.
Memory.
I went there by plane, I went back by boat, and they could have still fooled me. I don't know.
Just circling over the Great Lakes. Just
You stirred a memory. I forgot to write this down in my Stone journal the other day. So there's this British reality show from I don't know when, the early 2000s or whatever. And what they did is they ran a national contest. This is not long after like Virgin and other people started going to space. And by going to
Mhm.
space, I mean like, they go to the upper atmosphere, look around and
Yeah.
come back. So they announced we're sending, I don't remember how it was, 4 to 8 Brits to fucking space. You're going up and we're gonna they're gonna have a reality show to fucking pick the person. And we're gonna go through astronaut training, and that's part of the show. And they do. They have this national fucking thing, just like American Idol, where they get all these people together and they boil it down to the best of them, and they put them in the plane to fly to Russia to do their training. It's partnered with the Russian government, like a
Mhm.
lot of that stuff was back then. You could pay the Russians like 20 mil, and they'll take you up to Mir, to the space station or whatever. Well, they put them in the plane, and then they did circles around the UK for about 6 hours, and then they landed them at a base you've probably seen if you've seen any action movies before. It was in The Rock. It's where they stole the VX from. It's
Uh-huh.
this impressive military base they train in over in the UK, and they shoot a lot of movies there. Well, they land them there, complete with Russian guards and dogs barking, and then they train them up to be astronauts for a few weeks or months or so. Silly stuff's mixed in though, and they're
That's
always like,
hilarious.
"Why do they have us learning this? This is silly. This doesn't make sense. It might be a gag." Oh, that guy gets voted right off or whatever. We don't need him. We don't mind set on the show. So then they're like, "All right," just they bring a scientist in, and he explains to him how once you understand gravity, you can control it. Because we've got to explain why when we get to space, there's still gonna be gravity, right? Because we can't fix that. So long story short, they fake take these Brits to outer fucking space eventually in a fake spaceship, and they think they're in a fake spaceship up in space. And then one of them's like, "I don't know about all this. Do you think we're really in space?" And they're like, "Of course we're really in space, you nit."
Oh, harumph.
They need a couple plants in there.
Dude, it was so fucking good. They tricked those people
What
into
is
think
this
they were
called?
in I can't remember the name of it, but if you search like British fake space show, I'm sure you'll nail
That's
it.
hysterical.
I had never heard of it
That's
until
so
I watched some YouTube video
embarrassing.
about it the other day, and I was dying laughing watching the clips of them like training to be astronauts and like just them buying when the scientists like pointed at like a chalkboard and explained how there would be how they could control gravity and they had
I
like a
looked it up.
gravity generator.
It's called Space Cadets. Which is
Space cadets. That's a
Yeah.
great
That's a good
because
name.
that's
yeah.
also what you call stupid
A
people.
retard, yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Maybe that's the new show for me. Maybe I'll watch Space Cadets.
Yeah. That sounds infinitely better than Succession.
Yeah, I'm
I'm gonna
sorry
watch
that
Space
I
Cadets. I
hadn't,
tried.
like
It is a show. When you watch a show and you sincerely, really try to like it. Like, I found myself in like episode 5 doing that thing where I'm like, this is fucking stupid. No, like come on, it's got Brian Cox in it. Like, keep watching it. And it was last night I finished episode 6, and I'm like, this is not good. This
all
is
right, I've
just
got a
bad
recommendation.
dialogue.
That
All right,
happened.
so maybe there's a show on Hulu called The Old Man, and it's that's pretty good. I only got 3 or 4 episodes into it, and I got sidetracked, but not because it wasn't good, just because I got sidetracked.
Oh, Jeff Bridges, I love him.
Jeff Bridges is a star. He's on the screen 80% of the time, and the villain is
John Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Man, I love him too. This is great.
Yeah, it's pretty good. He's got these 2 Rottweilers who are like his super duper trained, like loving companions. And there's a scene, a couple episodes in, where somebody gets the best of him. They kidnap him or whatever, and he's in the back seat all handcuffed up. Well, somehow or another, he like manipulates and kicks the guy, and the fucking truck wrecks, and they've had this ridiculous fight where he's fighting handcuffed, and he's like 75, so it's not going his way, but he's still like this really well-trained old man. And he's got a six-pack, by the way. Jeff Bridges has a six-pack somehow. He's like
Man.
70s.
Man.
He looks strong. And
Jeez.
and like finally it's like, shit, Jeff just got his ass whooped. And the guy's like, "Are we done?" And the Rottweilers show up. They've been running the whole time. Because this guy's drove away with Jeff Bridges. They've been chasing the dust of that car for 20 fucking minutes, and they just caught up.
And now they're ready to kill.
Yeah, ready to kill. Yeah, it's great. I was enjoying the show thoroughly until I got sidetracked by something. I can't remember.